12 and we managed 24 hours water fast again. And then we had a big feast with filet steak, rump steak, ground beef. I bought a cheese plate for my family. I'm not really into cheese besides sheep cheese. That's my go-to sheep cheese light that keeps me from overeating. And yeah, then we had a decaf with some butter. Instant coffee has no to just little or no mold, so that's it seems better. That's what I learned today from various sources. So yeah, that's what I had. And I did have all of my family members had two little pieces of 100% chocolate. So I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm better. I feel better. I feel more nourished. My symptoms are still there, but they're a little bit easier to handle. I have been walking a little bit more today, so I'm in a better mood, and mood really affects everything. So I have to say, it's just finding out what works for you in the end. So my mom and I figured out that just eating one meal a day and then together as a family around 4 or 5, depending on when we come back from work and school, it's like so cool. It's just really cool because you have less money to spend, you have less cleaning, you can eat more if you want to, but usually you don't because you're very fast, you're full. I was full with maybe 4 pieces of my steak and maybe 200, 220, maybe something around that, of my ground beef, just a little bit of my sheep cheese, and yeah, that was basically it. And a little small butter piece in my decaf, and the 2 little pieces of 100% chocolate. So great. It's cheaper, it's great, it's less to clean then, and it's just with the family together to have something. So it's pretty cool, I have to say. I have to see and figure it out now when I go to the office, because I had home office, so it's a little bit easier. And then I went to the my doctor's. She gave me the first B12 infusion. The B12 infusion was recommended from Dr. Chafee, and I looked up into it a little bit more today. My dog. About the B12, and I was a little bit shocked, to be honest, because the symptoms are not same but similar, especially in the beginning, like MS, with the hands and the legs and a lot of different kind of things. And I just don't understand how doctors do not check that before they do everything else, just to check B12, because so many people are vegan. Why is this not the first question they ask them? Because I was vegan at the time. I'm pretty sure my B12 wasn't even there because I didn't have nothing that contains B12. And to have also the supplements, your body does not absorb it that way. So you have these infusions, injections, or under the tongue stuff, which I learned through Carnivore in the end. So that's so problematic, and I don't understand that. And you have to understand, I went to a lot of doctors. So yeah, it's crazy. My doctor personally, I have 2 of them, actually 3, but the 2 that I like family doctors, she does everything I tell her, because she did give me wrong diagnosis over and over. Lyme disease, then I had the Hashim. I have these things, but at the time it was the MS symptoms, and she had, oh, it's Lyme disease, oh, it's Hashimoto, oh, it's the iron, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. And I just didn't stop looking. I just didn't believe it because I thought something else is wrong. And that's when I go further and further. And that's when we discovered the in the MRI and the liquor, the MS. And since then, she's like, so nice, you know. She's like, oh my god, yeah, I'm sorry, this is really bad. What do you need? What do you want? So every time I told her, you know, I talked to Dr. Chafee. He's from America, great doctor. He told me, you know, to have a higher vitamin D and to have B12 and to, you know, get myself into these kind of things. And she's like, okay, yeah, tell me what to do. Tell me, what do you want? You know, we can look into that, and I will look into that. So she gave me the B12. How much do you need? I said, yeah, I have no clue. So we looked it up a little bit, and it was 12 shots. I have now 9 ordered, and it's basically every 2 to 3 days. So also different kind of informations online. about that, to take it every day for 2 weeks and then just go to 2 3 times a week. So we're gonna stick now to every second the third day. And I hope that the B12 will have a little bit of an impact. It should have 3 weeks after the treatment, you should notice the impact, and that's what I'm going for right now and hope that this will work. I will also have on Wednesday a shot in my back again because I'm having troubles with my back. So I will eliminate these factors. Actually, no, it didn't really hurt. That they eliminate this factor that it comes also from my disc prolapse. It's usually not, but I want to eliminate everything that's possible. So yeah, that's basically that part. And we have in my garden, we have cherries, berries. We will have grapes soon, and I can tell you, my personal opinion, it's just my personal opinion, I think that these plants trying to kill us from the nature is bullshit, because not the plants are trying to kill us, it's the food industry. I realize that when we have our own cherries or these kind of things and we eat it freshly from the tree, you will have daily maybe a handful, and then the next day they will grow, the green ones will get a little bit more red, and then you can eat it. So you will always have just a handful of fruits. So when you overeat on fruits, I think that's the bad part, actually. And I think also to buy it in a shop is really, really bad, because they have now so many documentaries and these kind of things. They discovered so many pesticides and mold, and which are through the roof. I think that makes people really sick. And even the lemons and these kind of things, just to look pretty. And I also don't believe in this label organic. Just because something says it's organic, it's most of the time not. We had so many scandals about these organic branded things, meat and so on, that was then not organic, and they, faked it. So I think that if you grow something yourself and you know what's inside and you don't put any pesticides, then it's fine. Because I see it also with our raspberries. You would never sell these kind of raspberries, because when I pick them, they're just falling apart, and there are so little. So there are various kind of fruits. Some are bigger, some are smaller, but I think that everything in the shop you can buy is some kind manipulated, and that's what this whole theory is about vegetables and fruits and these kind of things will try to kill you in the end, because that's true. The strawberries from the shop did try to kill us, because we felt, all three of us felt from 3 different brands, so sick. And we don't feel sick on the strawberries we grow on our balcony. So that's what I, from my personal opinion, can tell you. And it had something so grounding, amazing, just to be outside yesterday in the garden, have this nature, have my son and my mom and me picking up the cherries from the tree and from our berries, and then make a fire. Then my son made him some sausages just in the fireplace, and we listened to some music, and the birds, it was like, oh my god. It was picture perfect, because I think that's what life is about in the end. Just spend this time and enjoy these kind of stuff, and not overthink everything and just say, oh my god, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Because in the end, when you just go back to the nature, you see what's the right thing. Honestly, I do think, because feasting on some meat and then go out and have some cherries or some berries out of your garden, which are not full of pesticides, and then spend the time there, and maybe even do it on the fire, the meat and these kind of things, without thinking about the Teflon and the stuff which are on the pan and which are also bad, and everything is bad, because it's man-made. Everything that's man-made is just because they want to have profit. And basically that's what I personally think. And if you eat that way for a couple of maybe then years to clear that up, what happened in your body, you don't need supplements, you don't need anything. But until then, you will need something that your body, get there in the end, like magnesium and these kind of things. I don't think that you will need it if you really eat the proper way. But it's just an opinion. It's not something that's fact-based, because there are no facts. We discovered that there are no facts. You can believe the vegan community, and no, not all of them are paid, and you can believe the carnivore community, but they're all having different opinions in the end. And if you really ground yourself and go outside in the nature, you will have a click moment what we people are made for, you know, to feast than to fast, not have a longer period where you don't eat, because the nature is not producing constantly food. You cannot every time catch an animal and these kind of things. So it makes sense just from this perspective to think about that, you know. Yeah, I think the mass consume and just these pesticides and manipulation of our food, this is what really costs us our heads in the end. It's just my personal opinion in the end. And I can tell you, I love my journey because it helps me with realizing so many things. And my mom also, you know, she started like looking into stuff, and that's about carnivore, looking into stuff a little bit more. And just, you know, she's like, oh, let's go to the strawberry land. And I say, I'm pretty sure they're spraying it with pesticides. And she said, no, they're from Austria. Mom, just because they are here from our country, it doesn't mean that they don't do pesticides. Look it up, please. And then we were looking it up, you know, and she was shocked. She was shocked. You know what there was on the website? We very rarely spray our strawberries with pesticides. So you do spray it. So what does mean rarely? You do spray it. So what the fuck? I'm not eating that in the end, you know? And that's a little bit the thing also about carnivore. It just opens your eyes just to look a little bit deeper into topics and just to see, you know, the things that we're doing, is this really the right way or not? And my mom and I talked about it. We decided to have the garden full of, you know, these kind of things and grow our own stuff, which we like to eat, but we don't like vegetables. So my son and I don't eat them. But the fruits is another story. And, you know, that's the part about fruits. It's, you know, when we have our nectarines or something like that, it's one little fruit, maybe if it's not eaten by some worms, and a lot of birds are eating all the cherries from the tree. So that's nature. So that's, if you have it available, then cool, then nature gave you something. If not, then not. So yeah, that's basically for me. And everything else, we just gotta figure it out. And please enjoy your journey. Don't listen to anything. Stop listening to YouTube. Stop listening to people. Stop listening to me. If you're overwhelmed right now, just start to enjoying it again. Enjoying just food and having food, and just, you know, experience this taste, and just, you know, you're doing something right for your body, because it's not it's not stupid. And yeah, also my little dog is happy. So just seeing this little creature look like a little wolf, it's just making me happy. My son is happy, my mom is happy, our skin is getting better, our hair is getting better. It's still thin, so I am probably gonna have something to make my hair a little bit thicker, because I feel sick when they're that thin, but they're getting better. They're getting much better, and they're growing. So we're doing good in that direction. So what else? Yeah, that's basically it. We changed a lot of things. Also our toothpaste, we changed these kind of things. I changed, you know, from cream, I just put tallow on my face. We try to, as if we can find as much organic and really less ingredients stuff to use for showering and these kind of things. We don't have the same brands like in America, that Dr. Chafee and co offer a lot of codes because they're making money out of it. So yeah, if you're lucky to can have that, great. We don't have that here, but maybe they will come also and sell it here. And yeah, that's basically it. Still in a little bit of a mood. So I'm not myself still, but I'm getting a little bit better. And the sun is now coming up, but we have a lot of storms, so the weather is also not really in our favors to feel good. But I'm gonna take now a cold shower, and I had been walking, I think 7,000 steps, which is more than I expected, and I really forced myself and had pain, but I tried to go through and try as much as possible. And yeah, that's basically it. So that's it for today. I hope your journey is doing amazing, and I hope you share some of your impressions and your experience. I love to read it. And see you tomorrow as always.
Welcome to my channel, guys. It's so nice to meet you. Here I'll share you some advice, that's just a preview. Thank you for being nice. Subscribe if I reached you. Yours, Ivy Wolf.